Hello, my name is Ethan Hines, and today I'm sharing with you my capstone, Hot Wheels Quantum Shift. So a little bit of overview. We're going to go over the research that I've done for this project, as well as the process and development, and then the final deliverables. But first, let's go back in time a bit. 6-year-old me was very curious about the world. I was inspired by cars, fighter jets. I wanted to learn how video games are programmed and how characters are rigged. And also, I enjoyed my time playing with Hot Wheels and Legos. Little did I know that my curiosity and creativity would springboard me into the career that I'm currently pursuing. Fast forward to last year, I was sitting in the chairs watching the senior capstones, and I was convinced that I was going to make a car for my capstone. But then I saw the capstone by Megan Burns, The Curse of Calamity, and I immediately fell in love with themed entertainment design. After that, I was conflicted. I wanted to find a way to continue to develop my love of cars, or design for my love of cars, but also my new love for themed entertainment. As I was thinking what capstone project to do, I remember a childhood fantasy coming back to me. And I remember telling my parents this too. I told them, wouldn't it be cool if we shrunk ourselves down and be able to drive Hot Wheels? And that was the inspiration for my capstone. So the brief, design a highly immersive thrill ride that simulates the feeling of riding in a Hot Wheels car. So firstly, why Hot Wheels? Well, firstly, Hot Wheels has emphasis on high-speed action and stunts. Also, this would be a great opportunity for Mattel to have something unique within the themed entertainment industry. The only licensed toy company to have a foothold within the themed entertainment industry is Lego. And I feel like if Mattel had something like this, they would also have a really good real estate within the themed entertainment world. Also, it reaches a wide range of audiences. Hot Wheels has been around for nearly 50 years, and the audiences range from older adults to younger kids. Also, the reason I wanted to do this, I just thought it was cool. So then I did a little bit of brand research. Quick rundown of their history. Hot Wheels was founded by Elliot Handler in 1968. They were the first trackable toy car. Matchbox created plastic toy cars that would break easily, whereas Mattel made sturdy metal cars that went really fast through a track. And at one point, it was the #1 selling toy in America. So then I looked at their products to see what I would be incorporating into the ride. First, their 1/64 scale die-cast metal cars. I wanted to look at the cars from all years, from 68 to today, to have a wide range of ride vehicles that would resonate with a large audience. Also took a look at their tracks and play sets. Not only wanted to include iconic play sets, but also some that were fell by the wayside and that weren't really as noticeable. Also looked at their various media, such as video games, movies, TV shows. For the technology, I knew that a traditional steel coaster was not going to give the immersive experience that I was imagining. Thankfully, Disney's test track in Orlando already had something cooked up. It is their bus and cart system, which operates essentially as a giant slot car track. The dolly in the front provides power to the vehicle, as well as keeping it stable, and the rear dolly is also there for stability. Also, the ride vehicles can be modeled to look like any automobile. Then I had to pick a site. I was mostly looking at A, sites that had high foot traffic, and B, theme parks that really excelled in themed entertainment, such as Disney or Universal. For my behemoth of a track, I went with the proposal site 1 at Universal Studios Hollywood. And here's the master plan that went with it and the layout of the track within the building itself. So now let me show you how to assemble Hot Wheels Quantum Shift. First, I went to CAD and started CADing out track pieces. I wanted to have a different variety so that I would be able to put them into the program of my choice to assemble them like a giant puzzle piece later. I also started assembling some of the set pieces within SketchUp, but my CAD models didn't work. So let me explain the complications I had during this capstone. My original plan was to CAD the track pieces and take my SketchUp models and to put them within Unreal Engine. Within Unreal Engine, I was going to use a plugin that would allow me to twist, bend, and pull the tracks in the directions that I wanted to, allow me to make loops, corkscrews, and bank turns. Unfortunately, the plugin was not intuitive and I was not able to learn Unreal within a reasonable amount of time. So I went my backup plan, creating a giant assembly in SolidWorks. It would be a pain, but I would be able to make micro adjustments to the track and also be able to move things around how I wanted to. Unfortunately, SketchUp models do not fit within SolidWorks. So then I went with my backup plan, which was to remodel my track pieces in SketchUp, and then using the Follow Me tool, move the track the way in the direction I wanted. And it worked until it didn't. So 2 weeks until everything is due, and I was running out of options. But thankfully, there was one program that I haven't considered. That was Blender. Now, I have had personal experience in Blender, but not enough modeling experience to the level that I needed for this course. And also remember, I was 2 weeks out. If there's one thing that this capstone has taught me is to adapt and overcome. And if you need to learn new skills, then do what you can to learn those skills. So after 2 weeks of stress, fast food, and sleep deprivation, I am now proud to present to you my capstone. But before we do that, let's do a little immersion exercise. Imagine, if you will, you're standing in line for Hot Wheels Quantum Shift. You see a very unassuming building that is the Hot Wheels Innovation Center, where Mattel is developing new technologies that will improve ways that people interact with their product. As you go through the queue, you eventually get to a set of doors. You are ushered inside, and inside lights begin flashing and strobing. And you notice that either the room is getting bigger or you're getting smaller. And as you reach the end of the tunnel, you see the cars from your childhood. These are some quick sketches of what the ride vehicles could possibly look like. I went with two iconic cars, which was the 90s icon, the Dior 2, and Mattel's flagship muscle car, Twin Mill. And also, I threw in the Jackrabbit Special, as it is Jim's favorite car. So here's a render of the loading dock. And for the sake of brevity, I will be using Splitting Image 2 and Hollowback as our ride vehicles. So first, you move towards the supercharger accent set, which is a first on assuming. But as you go through it, you're launched up the hill, going from 10 to 65 miles an hour in only a few seconds. After the first drop, you dropped into the 360 loop, which is straight from the supercharger, the stunt action set. And then you're thrusted into my take on the hot curves action set, and then into one of the lesser known playsets, Freeway Frenzy. After that, you go into the Stone Ghost set from the 80s. And then another not widely known track set, the Hyper Boost Tire Shop, which is essentially the same as the supercharger set, except you're now thrust into an upper corkscrew. You may have noticed some of the toys lying around the building. This is to further drive home the sense of scale and that you are indeed small. After that, you slow down and go through the Ultimate Car Wash set, which is based off of some car wash sets that have to do with color shifters. Going through this, your ride vehicle will change color, and then at the end, you are spat out into another inversion. And then you're thrusted into this twisting loop from the figure eight raceway. And then you line up for the double loop dare. This was a live stunt done back in 2016, in which two drivers would go up the ramp simultaneously, although staggered, and then they would both converge onto the larger piece on the latter half of the loop. And finally, Hot Wheels loves volcanoes. And I thought, what better way to end the ride than with a giant 6-story tall volcano? As you approach it at high speeds, you are launched into through the volcano and onto a highly banked turn, coasting down the hill into the unloading dock, and where you unload, the lights and strobe once more, and you are brought back to normal size, and you are in the gift shop. In conclusion, Hot Wheels Quantum Shift seeks to bring something new to the themed entertainment industry by encouraging other licensed toy companies to create memorable experiences for their customers, provide a high-octane immersive experience, and to reach a wide range of audiences. And also, this is to fulfill my childhood fantasy. And as we close, always remember to go with the winner.